Okay, we are now live, THEE100's number 11, and I'm Carrie Sherman. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, a lot of places. And then I've also got Peter joining me today.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah. So we have a new Twitter. I don't know if we want to bring that up.
Yeah.
If anybody's seen it, I actually did put it, I believe, in the notes of the show. And we started this to kind of be more, I guess, more out there, promote ourselves a little bit more on social media. And anybody's welcome to follow us and chat with us. I'll try to set up some chats that we can monitor or moderate to be more interactive with everybody. And anybody, of course, wants to join the challenge, you're welcome. And that would be at THEE_100S is our handle. So what you working on today?
I was just going to mess around with my 31 ghosts. It's not, I'm going to do probably just weekly videos for that. When I got like 7 or 8 pieces done at a time. It's my Inktober project originally, and it's just, it's just a personal project. So yeah, I'm working out sort of story and illustrations to that as we chat today.
Cool. Well, I'm still working on my Inktober coloring pieces.
Yeah.
I'm working on my plant today, so hopefully I'll get that done also while we're at it. That's been
Yeah,
kind of fun.
yeah. Getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
It's like I got to work on my coloring. So I have a number of different programs that I want to learn. What do I have? Well, besides Manga Studio, now Clip Paint Art or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I've started playing with that. I haven't really gotten into it yet.
Yeah, there's that. There's Meaty Bang. This is just another art program. I got Kida something. I don't know, a bunch of different ones. Free art programs online and art apps and whatnot. Um, Sketchbook, I think, is another one.
Yeah.
Then there's, of course, GIMP. And each one has its strengths and weaknesses, and uh, I figure I sort of want to learn them all.
Yeah.
For best results. I have very specific is when it comes to coloring, and I want to experiment with them all and see what gets me the best results for certain things I have in mind. Because it's like I love old school coloring, but I also love what you can do with computer coloring nowadays, and
Yeah.
so I guess for different projects it would be different kind of approach. If you follow any like old school like Disney animation or what have you, they had painted backgrounds, and this cell drawings were kind of simplistic.
Mhm.
And I was thinking, well, that would be cool with a certain project, and I don't have anything specific in mind, but somewhere down the line, try that approach for one. And
Right. Well, they have a lot of new animation programs now too that you can use. I haven't really tried any of them, but they look fun.
Yeah. This, what is it? Smith Micro that puts out
Yeah.
Clip Paint Studio or Art or whatever it is. Um,
Yeah.
they have an animation program. It's also like somebody. What was it for? I don't know if it was Pixar. Some animation studio, like they had their animation program online that you
Right.
can download. I think I downloaded it, but it's lost amongst my rubble of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I saw that on DeviantArt too. They had something where they were promoting it a lot, and I think that was a primarily online thing.
Yeah. Well, I must have a link to it then. Um, yeah, it's like I love animation, but right now to work on my own projects.
Yeah, I think that one that I was thinking about was more of a motion comic thing than
Oh,
straight out
yeah.
animation.
That's something fire, mid
Made
fire,
Fire? Yeah,
made fire. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that's, I mean, I like what it's capable of. Um, but that kind of program is better for comic book trailers than actually reading comics. I don't find reading motion comics that fun, um, personally.
yeah, yeah. I always like them in my hand anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I like published printed comics.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
there's a lot of good web comics too, but I'm with you. The motion, I mean it's okay a little bit, but sometimes I just like to see the whole page.
yeah, it's sort of like watching a movie and trying to drive a car at the same time. I don't
Right.
know. It just it seems counterproductive. Um, it's like all this fancy visuals distracting you from what you just read and
Mhm.
what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes, especially if you've got a flash page or something, it's or sorry, splash page. Sometimes it's good to see the whole thing rather than a piece of it at a time.
Yeah. So let me show you the Hangout. See if anybody's watching.
Yeah. Who's watching us?
Who's watching? Well, we got two people watching.
Hello, hello, two people.
We got Mike, and we got, how you pronounce her name? Millian Darling from the D100s group. Yes, made
Cool.
fire. They say good morning and hi.
Yep.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh,
If you have
so
any D100s questions, let us know.
yes, please. Happy to answer. So, yeah, the only thing that other thing that I've got going on is trying to figure out my workspace. I've got what is basically a fold-up table and one of those laptop desk thingies on top of that, and then my uh, Surface Pro on top of that, and it's not working.
Well, folded table, that just, is it like a folded table that doesn't really stay still?
No, it stays still. It's so short though. It's just after a while, I feel like find my back hurting if I try to. My Surface Pro I can take anywhere, so I mean when I get tired of it, I can go somewhere else. But this is where my main docking station and everything is.
Okay.
Actually,
Um,
I could show you a picture. What do you think? Let's see.
it's a huge desk. Um,
I think I need an actual art desk.
like
Oh,
a drawing
I
board.
show it.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
Patrick.
Hello.
Showed up. He gets it
Yeah,
set up.
apparently I cannot share. picture it.
Hello.
Hello, hello. We
Hello.
hear you.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Bit fashionably late, but better
Yep.
than nothing.
Truth.
Yep.
I need to figure out how to share my screen again.
It's on the
Oh.
left.
There we go.
The green arrow. Okay.
So how y'all doing?
Doing good. Had a crazy week, and it's like I've had enough of crazy weeks.
I can
I
get
just want to
that.
work. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, my focus is shifting back to more of what I got going on rather than client work, which is, the whole purpose to the 100s. I've just had recently nothing but lousy things happening, and I won't say I won't be doing inking work for other people, whether they be friends or people who want to hire me or yada yada. But I've gone far enough in my career where that's becoming less, and it's usually like I'm taking on these gigs to finance being freelance, and taking time away from my own career, own projects. And in the end, things never seem to work out how you'd hope them to work out. I think, I think Kevin is the prominent example of how things can go horribly bad hanging on to projects that you're not headlining.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of similar situations, and it's just like, unless it's really, really special, I'm kind of done at the moment.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Not easy to do, but...
Yeah, I mean, it means I'm going to be posting a lot more artwork on my pages and Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. A lot more selling. Let's put it that way. And it's like, besides inking gigs, my second biggest moneymaker to date has been commissions, and I'm gonna start diving into those. And actually, my sort of D100s related thing is 100 days of making art. 100 commissions I'll be doing.
Wow.
And I put together like I think I did a 0 and a day 1, which wasn't really much of anything thus far that I posted on my YouTube page. But I've been sort of working on the next couple of videos, a bunch of pieces, and I'm thinking Monday or Tuesday. I know I've said it 100 times at this point, but it's just been, life has been nuts and work has been nuts, and I'm going to be getting back to that this week, so you can look forward to that. And that's just, the first 2 pieces up were, okay, now I'm blanking. Adam West Batman and I'm doing a couple of those pieces are GIF related, so I won't be able to show them. So I'm going to kind of skip over them until
Gotcha.
they're seen. But it won't be 100 consecutive days. It will be just randomly as I get more commissions associated to that particular thing.
I think that's a good way to do it. So you don't pressure yourself to try and do 100 in a row immediately, which might be tricky.
I mean, it's like, once I run out of commissions to do, then it's kind of like I have to wait anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But my 31 Ghosts project is what I'm really like keen on getting done. I'm not going to say this month, because this month it's flying by. It's already it's almost already mid-month. Between holidays and everything else, I'll probably actually be publishing next year, because I know, once you send the file to the printer, then it's about their schedule, and so I'm not even gonna sweat it and just put myself in a bad position. But next year we'll have lots of videos coming out.
Awesome. Seems like next year is going to be a good year, very, very hopeful year for a lot of people. Because I'm in the same boat. Like, I want to do a lot more next year. I want to create more and really get things going. Because this year's kind of been the opposite.
Yeah, I hope next year's better. We need a good year.
That's what I'm holding out for.
Yeah.
Because it can't get much worse. So
don't say
it can only go up, right? That's how that works.
I hope so. Be careful.
All right. Yeah. So, okay. So, Carrie was mentioning our tables, specifically hers. I got like a official office table. It's like really deep, pretty wide. I mean, as far as just single office tables without like getting into the whole like maybe corner office desk like I have kind of behind me, I think this is pretty much like as big as they get.
Oh, wow.
Because I like a lot of surface space when I'm working. I have my inking supplies to the right of me. I have my sort of on the left far corner. Then there's keyboard and mouse, which take up space. And then I just, if I'm working on pages, I have pages stacked to the right of me. Just to have all the room I could possibly need. Now it's a flat surface, and I've had art tables, and I wouldn't mind big office. I would get one, but I have that huge desk behind me and enough furniture in this room to take up all the room mostly. But down the line, if I get a bigger office, which is the plan, I would also like to have an art table, although I'm not too keen on giving it too much of an angle. I've used art tables previously. I think initially I might have gone with a 45-degree angle.
Oh.
And yeah, I've sort of worked away from that over time. Because that's like a lot of, comic artists and inkers way back when used to go for. And if I was to use one today, it would be almost existent kind of angle, just a little bit tilted, but not much. And you know, it's also important, like if you have an art table, to have a rim to it, you know, like at the bottom.
Things don't go rolling off.
So your stuff don't roll off. But yeah, so that's like, I'm fine with that. I work well that way, so that works for me. Is that your setup, Carrie?
Yeah, this is it. So pretty much anything would be an improvement on this. And I was actually thinking about doing something like getting a desk and then finding, I mean, I've seen them, I haven't seen one in a while, but finding something that like a tabletop art thing where you can tilt it, like you say, you could change the angle of it, and it lifts it, you know, lifts the workspace up a little bit, so you're not so hunched over, but and then just putting that on a desk.
I actually, like, I got this recently. Lisa's mom bought me this, and this is, I don't know technically whatever you call it, but it's like you can carry it, and it's an art table. And it has little legs.
Oh.
That, you know, goes on a table, and it comes with that slides, you know, sort of like a T-square kind of thing going on. And I'm not sure what the purpose to the wire is on the back. Or
I guess
maybe, or even these things. I don't know. I'm not
Maybe just
familiar. Oh, well, okay. The wire is for the thing that turns. Okay. It's for this, and because it's a pulley kind of system, and yeah, I'm not too sure what these contraptions are, but they look like pencil holders. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I could actually put this on my desk and work at a slight angle. So I'll do that now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of something I was thinking about. Something that I could have the flat desk if I wanted it, or if I wanted something a little bit taller with an angle, then I could do that too.
Yeah.
I actually do own a drawing table, but because I use this to draw, I don't really use it to draw so much. So it's got a sewing machine on it right now, but
ironically, my fold-up table, this fold-up table is a sewing machine fold-up table.
There you go.
You're drawing on a sewing machine table, and I'm sewing on a drawing table. Sure.
Whatever works.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's nothing. So let's see. Since we have people in the chat, let's look.
Oh, we do?
Look at the chat.
Oh, we got chatters.
How do I do that?
Mike says, down with client work. LOL. Damn client work. Get you every time.
Yep.
Oops. How do I find the chat? Do I have to actually go to like the YouTube page?
If in, let's see, may not be in there. Anyway, we'll put it into the Facebook group.
Okay.
Let's see. Where is it? I have it over here.
Oh, there's a link an hour ago to the. There we go.
Okay.
Now I can see the chat, and I can see us, which I should mute that.
Yeah.
Hello, chat.
I put it in again, so there you go. So yeah, let's go with I'm only just starting to get client work besides my regular flatting coloring gig. So, but I guess there'll be time later where I want to get away from client. Not all clients are bad. Depending on them is the real drag. Yes. My experience is like I'm like picky about a lot of things, and I want things a certain way. And when you work with a client, really, you like way. It's like you have no control over the book as a whole, or anything outside of your own gig. And yeah, it's like there's no reason. I mean, it's my making a living off of my own personal projects is yet to be determined, but I'm pretty confident it could become part of my income, and thereby, I'll still be making a living off of my freelance work. And I'll just have to pump out more art if that's the case, because like fan art and fan prints and yada yada always seems to make people money.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like if I have a week go by and my comic's not selling enough, or original art from the comics isn't selling or whatever, I could just do some fan art. And, I don't want to make fan art my career, but I'm not against doing a ton of it.
It's interesting because it seems like people who do make fan art their career, it seems like an easier route than making your own stuff a career. Because people already like the stuff that you're selling when it's fan art, so they know they want it. But you have to convince them that they want your own artwork as well, like your own stories and things.
Yeah, it almost makes it harder.
It's like I'm not in a position where I can say, I'm going to do no fan art and no client work and just go with my own personal project. I mean, there is like sort of a just jumping off the bridge kind of thing and just going with your own personal project 110%. I got a home with my girlfriend, and we got too many animals and bills.
A lot of things at risk doing that route.
Yeah, so I was living at home in my parents' basement, then maybe, but or if my situation was otherwise. It's gotten to the point this past week where it's like, Lisa's already saying like, yeah, the holidays are coming up, and what do you think about a day job? It's like, really not feeling it. But it's like if I don't make the cut, then that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
I'm realistic.
It doesn't
realistic at some point.
The day job thing doesn't have to be permanent or anything. It could be just like a little stopgap.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it. I've done it plenty of times in my career, and it's always the fallback. I mean, it's easy to make money out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the bottom line. It's like, you're not making enough money. So you can always get a day job, and it's like a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't get a job." It's like, I don't know. Maybe there's places where that's a lot tougher, but I don't know. I could always find a crappy job somewhere.
Yeah. Always work somewhere.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're willing to do. What's that?
Yeah, even if it's like a seasonal shop, if you're
getting
ready for the holidays, do a Christmas shop or something.
Yeah, like during the season, there's more jobs.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
for Thanksgiving and Christmas around there. Definitely.
Mike is saying he's jumping off the proverbial bridge after he wraps up his stop motion client project.
Woohoo!
Yay.
Go for it, Mike. Make that jump.
Heck yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
It's very interesting to me because from where I'm at, I've done a few commissions, but very rarely. I've never done like official client work, and to hear all the people who have been doing client work, they're all like, "I'm just done with it." I'm like, I kind of want to get started with it. I'm on the completely opposite side of that road for now. So it's very interesting to hear people's opinions on like, well, yeah, I don't want to do client work anymore. It's not as fun. It's I want to do my own thing.
I never want to be the negative guy. Client work can work for you. I mean, you can do 100% client work and have an awesome living and experience. But
Yeah, it's not for everyone, for sure.
so in comics, I mean, because it just doesn't pay as well. Although, yes, Kevin, who knows more about the illustration part of it, part of art world, and that's just gone to crap for what they pay people and
Yeah,
and all that. But I think it's still possible. There's all sorts of areas you can try and do. The storyboarding still makes a ton of money, is from what I hear. People's experience with that, and storyboarding is almost comics.
Yep.
kind of. Yeah. I'm interested in the DI client work, but I have too many things I want to do myself that I don't think I ever could really do that as a career. Because it's just like I want to just tell stories and do my own thing. That's why I have the day job right now.
Yeah.
Would not work otherwise.
Yeah, at this point, I'm so dependent on my day job, I don't think I could stop it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Mike says, I love storyboarding. Tough work to get. Yeah, it's, I know Amanda, my sister-in-law, Amanda Connor, she, I forget the client specifically, but she's done storyboards throughout the years for some company, just for commercials, specifically, like, just storyboard for a commercial.
Oh.
Every once in a while, and it's like phenomenal money and little work. She would do it like once a year, once every other year, or whatever it was. But it's like, it's just insane. It's like, do you do 100 pages of comics, or do you do like a storyboard over the weekend?
One of those seems much easier than the other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can get a horrible client that wants storyboards, but she's had good experience and a long-lasting client. So,
Awesome.
yeah. I personally never done it. But I'm open, just give me a call. I'll flash my phone number at the end.
Yeah, we'll just. If anyone wants to hire any of us.
Oh, here's something I wanted to do. Let me go to the D100's Facebook group and just scroll down. Okay, so currently, these are people who have posted recently, not necessarily all those that are currently doing D100s. But Pharaoh Bolding is back with Pharaoh Draws Stuff, episode 5, where he's working on his own creator-owned project, Ghost Puncher. His current favorite piece of inspiration, Last Driver. I haven't heard of Last Driver.
I haven't either.
But I heard of Ghost Puncher. He's mentioned before and showed some drawings too. And first of all, the name is hilarious.
I was going to say, that's a great name.
Yeah. And I'm into ghosts, doing 31 ghosts. So excited to check that out and watch that. Mike, I'm not sure what day. This is Space Cat poster pre-order update. Is his last video, day 80, maybe that's 83. He could tell me if I'm wrong. Since he's in the chat.
Yeah.
Then Marshall is working on some pencils for Lizard Brain.
Oh, I saw those. Really cool.
Day 63 of his 100 Days of Making Comics. He's recently returned. He took a break. It escapes me why he took a break to do something else. I forget.
It happens.
Sorry, Marshall. And I know Sandy is working towards coming back. Sandy Shears, Doc and Mar. She's been sketching and throwing some of that into the group. Logan's still doing his, making Mechanos Take 2, days 41 to 45 was his last update. He's doing it in 5-day segments.
Okay.
So he's working on his 100 days and his personal project, Mechanos. For anybody who doesn't know Logan, go check him out. I know, I think Karen's still going. Karen, I'm forgetting her last name, Bigelow something. Excuse me. We'll post links into the this video.
Mm-hmm.
She's still working on her project and still making videos. Actually, she doesn't always post her latest updates in the group. Then we have what does he go by? Fun with Chu on YouTube is Kwang Chu. He posted week 7. I'm not sure if that's his latest video. I find it impossible to catch up with everybody.
It's difficult, and
yeah.
Mike is just saying that Karen just dropped out on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
She's coming back. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, actually, I think I remember. Yeah. I'm not sure where she mentioned that.
Yep. Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, Karen Lewis, because I remember I saw her on the on the Twitter and started sharing her stuff there too.
Oh, does anybody know if Holly Brown finished hers?
I'm sure she did. She burned through that pretty quickly. Like, that was a few months ago when she started it, wasn't it? And she was doing weekly updates.
Weekly updates, and so 100 days is what? 12 updates?
Yeah, something like that.
You might have done that.
I was keeping up with her for a while, but it's hard for me to keep up with everyone's videos, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, let's say something about that, because it's like, you can be at D100s without keeping up with anybody. I mean, by all means, like, join the group and see what everybody's up to. But watching videos is not necessary, is not part of the program per se.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I know like a lot of us, or maybe even most of us, and you guys can speak for yourself, but feel obligated or even guilty if we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it really shouldn't be that way. I mean, it's kind of a group that's gotten much bigger than, Kevin definitely has planned for. And thought would come of it. And um, it's really supposed to be beneficial rather than, like packing you on with other things to do. So if you're already a D100s, or you're thinking of becoming one, by all means, like, don't test at the end of the week, or
And then
it's there's other ways to be supportive. I know a lot of people who watch the videos think that's the only way to be supportive, and I personally, like, at the very least, I see videos being posted from other people. I try to share them out. Like, one of the things I do is share them to my Pinterest,
oh, nice.
and I forget what it's called, YouTube Love or something, where I post a lot of videos there, and a lot of them, a majority of them is probably D100's videos, and just hoping all the people that see my Pinterest will see me updating my YouTube Love board, and seeing all the D100's posts there. One way. Another thing is on Twitter. Obviously, now that we have a D100's Twitter account, you can post somebody's latest D100's video, as well as, put in the D100's Twitter account name as well. And does that get automatically reposted, or are you doing that, Carrie?
It's automatically reposted. I have to. I've added the people that can do it, but yeah, when you put that in there, it gets automatically reposted.
Yeah, so that's an excellent feature.
Yes.
So it's like
Nice.
it doubles your sort of scope that people might happen across them.
That's really
And
cool.
that's always a good thing. So, if you're part of the 100s, definitely get the Twitter account, add that to your Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, you should get one.
Yeah.
I'll also recommend. It may be a lot of reposting from people on it, but I think it's highly effective. I always find more traffic to anything I'm posting out on Twitter. Like, if it's I haven't really been posted a lot to DeviantArt, but if I post out something I posted to DeviantArt and Art's Twitter account in there, I know it's getting seen by more people, rather than just posting to DeviantArt alone, or posting to YouTube alone. You use your Twitter and get stuff out there. Because stuff flies by, and Twitter isn't what it used to be. It used to be a lot more communication, and it still is, and you can use it that way, definitely. But it's also, it's just it has been and always will be, I think, a useful tool, just like Facebook, just like YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a huge community of artists on it too. That if you can, that's one of the reasons why, we would kind of put this together is that you can get communities of people with similar interests together on it to get into chats and share ideas and self promote each other. So.
And one of the things, like on Twitter, you can make lists. I haven't really kept up my list that well, but you can sort of categorize people. Like, these are the writers I know, these are the artists I know, these are podcasters, YouTubers, yada yada yada, whatever, and sort of separate them, and then click on the list to see who's updating. Follow better rather than just going to the homepage and looking at all the sponsored tweets, yada yada.
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah. Um, so Mike Emirates, the godlike figure that he is, says, I watch everyone's videos. Okay. I don't know. It's kind of, I kind of find that impossible to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, of what I do watch, I usually comment on. Well, I always comment on anything I do watch. So you kind of know if I'm watching or not a specific video. And I just, you know, there's times when I am more than other times, and it just keeps going in and out, kind of like according to my schedule and headspace and whatnot. But
Hold on.
okay.
Technical issue.
uh, is that what we're calling it? Baby crying is a technical issue.
Parental technical issue.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough keeping up with all of it. Just time wise. I mean, you can listen to them somewhat, but then you feel bad not looking at them. So then you're sitting there looking at the video instead of doing stuff. And I feel bad too sometimes because I would really like to keep up with everybody's stuff.
It's like there's only, you know, I mean, the objective of the V100s first and foremost is personal projects so that we can get rid of client work,
Right.
if we choose to, um, and you know, just like finish our personal projects, like, you know, like, don't just, you know, get really focused and work on it every day, um, and if watching videos takes you away from that, then I suggest, you know, not watching videos. There will always be a core group of people within the V100s who do watch the new videos as they come up. You know, maybe not all of them, but you know, it's like support is like, you know, if you're making a video every day, if somebody watches one of those out of 7, that's support. You know,
Right.
you don't have to watch everything.
Yeah. That's what I try to do. I try to watch at least like, one every once in a while just to support that person, especially if I haven't seen that one's work in a while. You can't. It's just watching all of them. It's almost impossible.
Yeah. So Mike says, I didn't say it like that though. LOL. um, it is so hard to keep up with everybody though. I totally understand. Yeah. Yeah. Like anybody, any one of us watches everything that um all the V100s posts. It's just totally impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you know, you could speed up videos, and if you speed them up a lot.
I could be like Mickey Mouse watching.
Totally. Let's see.
There we go.
So that's like, it reminds me of Pink Panther. like the movies. It's like
Yeah.
when you have Spectre Clouseau hiding behind a
Yep.
plant.
I used to love those movies.
Oh, Peter
They're
Sellers
awesome.
rocks.
Yeah. They always trip over things and mess things up.
That's fun stuff.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna see Doctor Strange this weekend sometime.
Oh, really?
Yep. I've heard it's good.
Huh? I've seen it.
Cool. No spoilers.
No spoilers. It's definitely worth it.
Cool.
I watched it with Lisa, and she enjoyed it. I mean, uh, she's being more and more flexible with what I'm into.
Hmm.
She's not necessarily a comic person or a superhero person, um, but I think I'm getting her more and more into, and yeah. So we went to go see it, and she liked it too.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mhm. Um, I don't know if you saw the trailer for I forget what it's called, Valoryn Thousand Planets or something of that sort. It's the new movie by Luc Besson. Did
Oh, okay. No, I have
uh,
not seen that.
Fifth Element. He did The Professional. Natalie Portman's first movie. Um, Fifth Element. It was an amazing
Yeah.
movie, and it's
Yeah.
it's it seems like a similar, like almost a sequel, but it's I believe it was originally a heavy metal graphic novel, maybe the actual, like, what he's taking a story from.
Hmm.
Um, I think he's been working on this for years. So the movie's finally coming out next summer. Meaning 2017 July, I think.
Right.
And you know, unlike Fifth Element, where um, I guess a lot of it, or whatever, was all much like Star Wars, the original Star Wars. Everything was all authentically there. Like if it
Right.
was a ship, it was a mini model ship. If it was a alien, it was a guy dressed up like an alien, and so forth and so on. This looks like a lot more CGI,
Hmm.
um, but it's really well done CGI, much like Avatar. Um, and yeah, it's just gorgeous, gorgeous, pretty. Um, and it brings up, in my mind, it brings up, like, Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh, cool.
uh, was a beautiful movie, and it had a lot of CGI in it, and it's like, how much farther can you go? Like, the the guys who did Matrix, well, girls now, Wachowski brothers, or no, actually Wachowski sisters.
Hmm.
They both changed their sex. Um, they did a movie with Mila Kunis. I'm forgetting the name of it. Wasn't too long ago, but it was a lot of CGI. It was gorgeous. It was an awesome movie, at least as far as I care. And but it's like, how much further can you take things? You have the colors of the rainbow. You have universe and planets and weapons and ships, and everything looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's almost like, how I see computer coloring in comics. It's like you can throw everything onto a page, but after a while, every computer colored comic looks like every other computer colored comic. You really define, like, this project has these colors prominent, these color patterns. I don't know, like how you create a mood, like sad is blue,
Right.
happy or angry, or is like yellows and reds, and it's like you gotta like use less colors to make more of a statement,
Right.
not use every color on every scene. you know Eventually it's just going to be, this is too much to look at, and I'll never, you don't take in. I mean, it's good for double and triple watches, but I think to make them more of an impact, which is sort of my mindset when it comes to coloring comics, really the older method was more effective to stand out, like
Yeah.
prominent coloring of like I used to love Daredevil. I've followed Daredevil for years, and around the time like Frank Miller was writing, at some point his inker became the artist. So Klaus Janson was inking Frank Miller for a time, then became the penciler inker himself, but he was also coloring at times. And when he colored, he made maximum use, using color, uh,
Right.
really, really well.
Well, yeah,
And
yeah, and I think I mean some of the most striking comics that I've seen have almost no color in it. I mean, it's almost black and white or bland, but then they've got some bright, like a bright red somewhere, or bright, some other color somewhere.
Yeah. There was a webcomic that did something like that, where it was like a zombie-based thing, but the only color was red, and it was black
Yeah,
and white and red, and they used it really well.
yeah,
yeah, I mean, Frank Miller has done that with Sin City, and they
Yes.
even used other colors later on, like yellow, sickening yellow, or blue, or
Very good color choice.
yeah,
yeah, um, for that effect. I mean, I think it was actually Holly Brown, if not her The 100 sort of project, then maybe another webcomic she was working on. I believe she used limited color, um, simply because it's just as an accent rather than domineering the artwork,
Mhm.
um,
right.
to really bring visuals in focus, or clues within story. He use it like that, like really effectively. So
I just realized that speaking of coloring, I just colored on the wrong layer. Oh well.
oh.
Oh, that's the worst.
I guess I'm done with that section anyway. That's okay. There. I did it right this time.
I dig this little plant creature you're working on. What's the idea behind it?
Well, I was trying to think of a good theme for Inktober, and last year I think I did like a fall thing where it was mostly pumpkins and things like that. This year I wanted to do something that I could turn into something. I made my last one I made into a sketchbook, but I wanted to actually turn this into um, almost a storybook, which is why I'm doing a lot of color on this one. Um, so this was a Inktober piece that I scanned in, and now I'm coloring it.
Awesome.
So yeah, with the idea of turning it kind of into a storybook kind of thing. But I'm short 2 monsters. I still have to do 2 of them.
That's a really good idea. That's fun.
So how are you short 2 months? Like, do you have a certain amount of
Day
pages?
29. Yeah, day 29, I kind of petered out.
Mm,
Yeah, no, it's just because I was
why
trying
am
to
I
do
at fault?
31 monsters. And I have 29. But I kind of ran out of ideas too, so.
I hate that
Yeah.
that word of phrase, petered out.
No,
Oh, sorry.
didn't even think of that.
I'm kidding.
Sorry.
So keeping up with the chat, let's see what they said. Okay, so Karen dropped out Wednesday. She doesn't know if she's coming back. That's sad. I like to work. Yeah, Mike says her work is awesome. Am I going back? Yeah, I guess I am. Okay.
Watches everyone's videos.
Oh, okay. Melanie says, I did a video once a week when she was doing D100s and had an issue actually recording every day. Yeah, which I totally can understand. Yeah. And it's easy. Like, I haven't done sort of a thing per se, but I can imagine, like, if you just like tape yourself for a couple of minutes each day, just updating your project and sort of wrap around some narration, you can make a really cool weekly video.
Yeah. I dig the idea of doing weekly updates. It just seems like you could spend more time on the video, which is something that isn't always an interesting balance. And you don't feel bad if you just do a bunch of little kind of meh videos. You can put some time, put a decent little video together every week, you know?
Yeah. Mike says he watches the videos at twice speed, 2x speed.
You can do that, Mike.
Yeah.
Not a bad way to do it.
I mean,
the rest of us may not be able to hear that fast.
you will catch everything because it doesn't speed you up too much. Yeah. But it's just, I think it's more irritating than anything. Listen to fast talk.
Yeah. It just sounds annoying.
Yeah. So then they were talking about Doctor Strange, going to see it.
Oh, I got to see that yesterday. It was really cool.
Yep,
don't say anything. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Carrie hasn't seen it.
Visually, it is amazing. Like, it's so crazy what they do with the visuals in that movie.
It's
awesome.
It's okay. I don't want to overhype. So, it's like I hate hearing about a movie like overhyped and then going to see it. Yeah, it's okay.
That's fair. You sound like my girlfriend. She was like, it was okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but it was
not because I'm not freaking thrilled about many things, but just for the benefit of those that have not seen it.
Yeah, I overhype, so I thought it was a lot of fun. It's a movie that I think would be best to watch in like IMAX or something. That'd be really cool, like the big intense screen.
Yeah, we don't. Do I have 3D? I guess the theater here does 3D, but it's not IMAX.
Yeah, it's probably still be cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of 3D movies, though. So.
No, but it's like I lived in New York when I guess IMAX first came around, and I've been to a couple of IMAX specific movies that were made. More like this is the Antarctic, and I
think I saw one of those.
Kind of almost
Yeah.
documentary type stuff, or nature related, or this is the universe kind of stuff. It's phenomenal. But I don't know. When it comes to movies, I'm just happy seeing it in regular format. You know,
Yeah.
big screen, but regular. You know, because I've seen supposedly like 3D movies that, you know, really not too much is happening within the movie, and unfortunately, um, whether it's me specifically or the way 3D is done nowadays, um, when I put on the glasses, it's actually looking at the movie two shades dimmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate that. It's like, you know, um, not 100% 3D, then I don't see the point.
Yeah, I could get that.
Yeah. But
For
it's
me,
like,
it tends to, yeah. For me, it tends to make me a little bit nauseous
yeah.
watching it like that. I think the last one I saw though was Guardians of the Galaxy. And that was pretty good in 3D.
I bet it would be. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Yes, I saw regular Guardians.
How did we get to movies?
You got to get to movies?
No, how did we get to movies? I can't
Oh.
remember what we were talking about before that, but suddenly we're on movies.
It happens eventually.
It seems to go that way, yeah.
Storytelling.
Yep. Something like that.
We talk about storyboarding. That's it. And
There we go.
Yep.
When I was 12, I wanted to be a Disney animator, and words for them. No. Oh, it's just, there's 100 ways of getting there.
Pretty much. That's kind of the fun of these chats. Just kind of, it wanders a bit.
Yeah.
Just kind of does its own thing.
So, I forget what, like, me and Carrie went over some possibilities earlier for what we were going to discuss today. Did we cover everything so far?
I think so.
If you're...
Oh, other than that Surface Studio.
Surface Studio?
Oh, right. Yeah. That was the other thing. Okay. You know all about that, so go for it.
Yeah. I just saw this advertised on Twitter, and I just popped on because I've got a Surface Pro and I love it. But it's the Microsoft Surface Studio. I think it's coming out in a couple months, and it looks like kind of like the Cintiq. It's about that size, like one of those big Cintiqs.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's got this like round knob thingy that you can put on the screen, and then it'll do things like you can turn it to change the color as you're drawing, or turn it to change tools or whatever.
Ooh.
It looks awesome, but it's like, depending on what model you get, it's like 3,000 to 6,000.
It makes sense for something like that, but that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, no, it looks awesome. For anybody that's into that, the big tablet kind of thing.
Well, that's kind of what I use. I use a Cintiq, or one of the small Cintiqs, but yeah, it's crazy what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's just like a little extra thing you just put on the screen, and it just like, depending on how you set it, just does whatever, like extra tools or things, or.
Right. Yeah. I think they've got videos on the Microsoft website. If I could find it, maybe I'll put a link to it.
Well, you can screen share too.
That's true.
we could all watch a video together.
Yeah, there we go.
Without sound.
Yep. Right.
Well, there, in the Hangouts, there is an app you can add to where we could all watch a video together.
Yeah, I think people do that too, like movie watching or stuff
I
like
just say,
that.
let's watch a movie sometime.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We'll do a mystery science theater.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
That would be awesome.
Don't go in the basement. Don't go, you idiot.
No, what
That's
are
how
you
people
doing?
feel.
No. Probably more fun for us than the audience, but
Yeah.
I would enjoy it. Shouting at the screen together.
You know, it's like these hangouts are really fun, and you know, podcasts and anything of this sort. But yeah, it's like when I listen to other people, like groups of people who are just having a good old time and laughing back and forth to each other and inside jokes and everything, you know, it's not as funny.
Yeah, it's more fun to be a part of it. Oh, and
Yeah.
Mike is saying he's so down for Mystery Science Theater tonight.
Oh, awesome. We should definitely do it.
We gotta do,
Heck yeah.
Specialty 100s.
Gotta find a good movie to go with.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the video for it, but here's what here's what it looks like. And this is this little. I don't know if you can see this little thing here, but if I can find the video, it's really cool how it works.
It's a really thin little tablet too,
Yeah.
or well, like it's massive but thin.
Yeah.
That actually looks really cool.
Surface
I'll
Style
keep looking for the
Surface
video.
Studio.
Yeah.
Well, if I ever have a spare $3,000,
Right. And this is this is a small one.
So that's like
that's the small one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as I guess the memory, as the memory goes up, it goes up. It can. They've got one that's like 6,000 or something.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. It starts at 3,000.
Oh man.
Oh, maybe this is it. But yeah, you can see it. You can see.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see it there, where you can actually turn the dial for the colors.
so is that like like I have a wireless mouse.
I think.
Is
so.
that like, do you have to do it on the screen?
It looks like you probably have to do it on the screen. So
Yeah,
you have to, like,
I mean-
set it down and then turn it.
Yeah, when
Oh,
I was
'cause-
watching the video, it was. Yeah.
Because then you gotta place it on the screen, turn, and then take it off the screen. I mean,
I guess.
Yeah.
that seems a little weird. Because then you could just like easily just put your finger on the screen and go. Wah, wah, wah. I don't know.
That's true.
I guess it is a bit gimmicky, but it's a gimmick that interests me. So
Yeah,
it's
I
doing
know.
something
Yeah, I would have to use it to see if it
for sure.
made muscle memory kind of logic.
Well, it kind of
Yeah,
makes-
it's almost like when you get used to playing video games. After a while, you just
Yeah.
it becomes a second nature thing as you're working.
well, that's like even keyboard shortcuts. That's something that took me a while to get used to, and now it's just I don't even think of it. My hand just does the thing. So,
Oh, I think this might be the video. Let's see. Can you guys see it?
It's a
Yeah.
little choppy, but yeah, it works.
Yeah, we just don't hear it without
Oh,
That's okay.
Oh. that's okay.
Nope. the plug-in or whatever.
Yeah, let's see if I can get. So
Oh, okay.
really
So
likes that
see,
mouse,
it's
huh?
on the. She was using it on the. Oh, then it pops up. Oh, that is really interesting. Look, your tablet's see-through.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that was kind of cool. The rainbow effect.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't invent something that's stupid.
Yeah. You would hope. You never know.
Here's.
I mean, I love my Surface Pro, so I imagine it would probably be pretty good.
It makes me think of there's this one little like extra add-on they had for like iPads where it was a ruler. It was a digital ruler, and like it was just a little like flat stick sort of thing. You put it on, and it actually like made it force you to draw straight lines in the digital program on the iPad. So it makes me think of something like that, where it's this extra like real-world accessory that affects the digital which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So
I'd be
anyway,
down to play with it.
Yeah, that's my dream machine. It's my new
Well,
goal in life.
when you do get that, let us know how it is.
Yes.
Do a review video or something.
Yeah, do a review video.
Yeah, I've been tweeting, you know, hint to Microsoft, you know, be willing to promote this if you give me one.
Yeah, write them. Be like, hey, I've got this many followers. If you give me this, I will review it and people will buy it. And
Yeah. You never know.
Hi, I got 98 followers.
well, you never know.
I'm sure they don't get that message often.
Well, it might surprise them, and they might be like, yeah, let's give it to this person with 98 followers. They have the courage to message us.
We're like, they must be missing a few zeros on there.
We could promote it via the D100s group.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Combined followers.
We have hundreds of people watching.
I think we need one for each D100 member.
Yeah, no,
So-
we all need to be able to try it on our own time, and
Sure.
they'd totally do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Microsoft.
Microsoft, I know you're listening. Get on it.
I'm
D100s.
sure they're watching this.
Oh yeah.
Hangout, number one. Number 11 is sponsored by.
Yeah, surprise, we're supposed to do that. I don't know if Microsoft knows that yet either, but don't worry, they will.
I think they've only got in touch with Kevin so far, but you know, the word was spread.
Exactly.
So Melanie said she has to save up for a clinique, but she's using a baby Wacom bamboo, the old bamboo, so trusty and sturdy. Yeah, I think a full litter too. I have a bamboo, like a Wacom bamboo myself, and played around with it a little bit, but my brain doesn't work that way, and I don't really want to learn something I'm not going to be using for long term. You know, because the logic behind it is totally opposite. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to normal drawing.
yes,
You have to look
I
away
don't
from
wanna
your drawing.
learn, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've got an old bamboo too. Mike says splash, 12-inch. Hers is 10 inches. Very old one. Stuff. Basically became the design for the Intuos ones now. I don't know
Not
about
familiar with
most of this
Wacom
stuff.
tablets too much. See, I was lucky enough to start learning how to draw on one of those little tablets, so it never was that weird for me to figure out that sort of transition, because I was barely learning how to draw at the same time, so it just worked.
Right.
And now I can't really draw traditionally at all, but oh well.
Yeah, sometimes your skills do get a little rusty. That's why I try to if I haven't drawn traditionally in a while, to try to do that a little bit. I gotta get back into. I've done some colored pencil stuff that I gotta get back into.
That's smart, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten so used to doing everything digitally, especially the colors digitally, and that Control Z is like your best friend.
Okay, I have the stupidest story about Control Z. So like digital artists, that's why I learned. That's how I like think. Sometimes when I tried drawing like with a pen, I guess I don't have my camera up, but there's a button on the side of my stylus that's undo. So I'll try clicking the side of a pen to try and undo a line I drew on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And it takes me a second to be like, no, that's not how this works.
Like, no.
Like I've done it more than once. It'll just happen naturally. I'm like, oh, wow. And then I just feel stupid. So yes, I love Control Z.
a handy
Yeah,
little thing.
I've heard similar stories, and it's like I do some stuff with the art programs I have, and it's like you get really used to undo and other things within the programs, and they don't apply in real life yet.
Oh, absolutely not.
No.
Two very different medium.
Yeah.
The future is coming, but not yet.
Yeah. Well, I find when I'm inking, I can ink more precisely traditionally than I can on digitally.
Well, I do weird inking where I erase the lines. Like, I do most of my inking by putting down a bunch of lines and erasing it to make it refined.
Yeah.
Can't do that traditionally so easily.
No.
Well, so easily, but you can't. You
You
can.
can.
Yeah.
Just a little difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of artists at times, like, it's not if they're do it that way, but they'll fill in a section black and then go in with white lines or white spray or whatever effect they're trying to go for, and sort of work backwards.
Oh, Mike's saying he used to draw with a mouse. Oh, man.
Well, back in the old days, that's pretty much all you had.
That's rough.
I mean, what little digital work that I did way back when I was like in my 20s was totally with a mouse, because that's seriously all you had.
I could not do that.
Yeah.
I'm so
It's not
spoiled.
easy. Yeah, it is not easy.
That's what I do, but I don't really, I mess around. Is all. I gotta get a whatchamacallit pen. Obviously, it's not urgent.
Yeah. There's this kind of weird separation between traditional and digital artists, it seems. Like, I used to know a gal that I worked with. She was amazing artist, drawn like since she was like 2 or something. But she didn't like tablets because she felt like it was cheating. Which was an interesting thought that I'd never encountered someone who thought like that before. It's like, well, it's all arts. It's like, no, but it's not the same. It's not the right art. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about cheating on her boyfriend or something.
No, cheating in drawing. Like, being able to manipulate and erase and undo. It wasn't real drawing.
I know.
Yeah, you get those like traditional. I hate to say traditional snobs, but I don't know. It's such a different way of drawing. I don't think for me it's not cheating because it's such a different way of drawing. It's I don't know, and I do both. I mean, this one that I'm working on right now, these inks I did traditionally, so but I've done inks digitally too.
There are artists that like use a photo and just essentially copy the outline of figures within a program and then color over that. I mean, that's art. It's not, it's not like just doing it from memory, or it's not like putting a photograph to the side and sort of copying, but not following line for line exactly. But it's all art. It's all not taking a picture. You're creating something new and unique.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all a creative process.
Different forms of art, all valid. They're all just different processes or different thoughts, and
I mean, like Greg Horn, painter who's done like hundreds of mobile covers and paintings and whatnot. He uses photographs for reference, probably very, very close to what the photos looked like. but then makes Marvel characters over them, different, the costumes and whatnot, and people had problems with him or Greg Land, another Marvel artist. Still a lot of photo reference, and you could tell when somebody's using photo reference, like the figures are stiffer and posy.
Yeah.
Good word for it.
Yeah. But I mean, you can make that work for you. You can,
Melanie is saying that's a mentality problem. There's that people think that some kind of art is better than others, and that digital is less than traditional. It's just some people just think that way. And then Mike's saying all art is art. It all takes skill, and it's actually hard.
Yeah.
He found it harder to do digital art than traditional.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The inking for me, it's actually harder to ink. That's why the Control Z comes in so handy. But it's actually harder to ink. I think for me digitally, just because the surface is different. It's not. It just doesn't. I don't know. It's just very different.
Yeah, that's fair. I would honestly. I don't know if I could ink traditionally. I've not really tried it that much, because it's just such a different beast than inking digitally.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even compare.
Yeah. Well, and then again, that's why I like to switch back and forth between the two, just to try to keep my skills up.
I think that's a smart way to do it.
Because I'll do what you're doing too, where you make the lines and then you go in between. You erase from where you went.
Yeah, it's something I picked up like a few months ago. I started trying to do, and for some reason I really like that technique. I don't know why.
Whatever works.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever gets you there.
Exactly.
Greyhound.
Yep. We can get Greyhound bus free for our Surfer Studios.
Oh no, yeah, we have more
Tour the
sponsors.
country.
Also sponsored by Greyhound.
That's right.
Sponsored.
We got to tour the countries to promote the Surfer Studio.
Exactly. Exactly. See, we've got it planned out. We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Microsoft,
like,
Greyhound, let us know.
Am I hungry? Let's see what sponsors we can. I need to refill my coffee. I wonder if Dunkin' Donuts is open.
When I get up in the morning ready to draw, I start with Dunkin' Donuts.
That's right. I run on Dunkin'.
I think we're getting to the silly part of the hangout.
Yeah, I think so.
We have been going.
It's like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
About an hour and a half. That's probably good.
So
right.
Melanie was saying she loves inking digitally. It's her favorite thing to do. And she actually did an ink heavy piece last night with some new ink brushes. And Mike, I definitely agree with Mike, because he's saying you feel a lot more free to take chances.
Yeah.
And that's definitely like, yeah, if I'm like, I don't know if this will work, I'll try it, and then, I don't know, I can just erase it and undo it and go back to where it was.
Right.
It's no risk to drawing,
No,
really.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and there's such different things you can do with digital versus traditional, and that's why I think it's silly that somebody thinks one's more of an art than another. It's just completely different.
Like me.
Yeah.
It's traditional is more an art. No, I mean, both are definitely valid, and you can do awesome things. Some artists are better inking traditionally. Some artists are better inking digitally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's more challenging to be different if you're inking digitally, because I see over and over more artists look very similar when they're inking digitally. Lines are heavy, you know, it all looks a certain way. You know, I feel the same way about the coloring, like I was saying before. There have been advances and you know, different programs, and you know, you can add weight to lines easier than you previously could. So they're, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, and Melanie's saying she's heading out, so
Nope.
thanks
Bye,
for
Melanie.
thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, we get a copy of the chat and put it into the video.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I do with my Studio Synergies.
Makes sense because people watching later is like, I don't know who they're talking to. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yep. Well, so, thoughts or something?
What was that?
We're gonna do final thoughts.
Oh yeah,
Like wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
probably a good idea. We're getting giggly.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was number 11, sponsored by.
So many people.
By Microsoft and Greyhound and Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep,
Yes.
it did. All right, and I guess go ahead. Any other thoughts?
Okay. No, I don't have any final thoughts other than you know, come join us if you're a comic book creator and you want to, you know, really pull away from client work and put more time into your own create-your-own project. That was sort of the initial challenge created by Kevin Cross. Yeah, join our group and we'll support and follow you. I am personally Peter Palmiotti. You can follow me everywhere on the internet under Peter Palmiotti or Human Art Studios. Just Google me. I'm sure you'll find 1,000 links.
And Patrick, any final thoughts?
Yeah, if I could figure out how to get back to my camera. I'm very good at this. There we go. Yeah, I'm Patrick Brown. I'm on the internet as String Cheese, generally. I have a YouTube channel, and I don't remember what the URL was, but if you search String Cheese with a Z, you'll probably find it, or there's a band that's called String Cheese, so you might find that too.
All right, well, I guess that's about it, and see our 1 or 2, 3 viewers next time.
Sounds good.
Yep. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.